Game resumed.
Okay, spawning up in the top left side, it is going to be our red Zerg player from UMCP, RKB. His ally going to be a pink Terran, a little bit lower still on the left side though. It is none other than Kimji. Kimji, I think.
Kimchi.
We'll go with that. Chi, yeah. Well, Chi is a different character, but yeah, I guess. Down in the bottom right corner, I suppose, Alias as our purple Terran, and his ally, a blue Terran, which I thought was not allowed to have. Oh, one of them must be random because you can't have same team matchups.
Yep.
Silical.
Indeed, indeed. I think it was Cilia that was the random player. Really interesting that we get to actually see this in the CSL once in a while with the 2v2 matchups of same races. Thankfully, I like the concept behind the rule where you can't have automatically the same races play, because I mean, think of all the different abusive strats like Zergs with just like double 6 pull and stuff like that, or like double quick 10 pull, one will Bane, one will Roach, really quick. But
I used to do that on Metal.
with the random, I mean, it adds like a little bit of a different flavor. Like, I guess you can be the same race, but you're putting yourself at risk playing yourself as a random player. Could be something you don't want to be, maybe, or if you're not, you typically you have your main race, then you got your off race, then your off race.
So usually, you mean the other
usually
race?
They're not the same. you know what I'm talking about. Don't give me that, man. You're just like she said. You're crazy, man. Everybody plays at a GM level at all 3 races. Come on, man.
Of course. What else do you do then?
Right. So looking at UMCP kimchi, I wonder if he's a fan of kimchi, man. Do you like that food?
Yeah, I eat it every day.
Every single day. Every single day.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so my fiance is Korean.
Oh, lucky
so
you,
that
man.
makes sense.
Ah. How did you pull that one off, man? How did you find a nerd love a Korean girl? Does she like StarCraft?
No,
she's probably she's probably a GM, isn't she, man?
No, she hates it. And I beat her brother. That was an important aspect there.
You beat her brother in StarCraft.
Yes, I did. I did beat her brother in StarCraft.
It's like a lineage. Oh, that's hilarious. It's like I have to beat a brother, then her cousin, then her father to get acceptance for the family, or I'm dishonoring them.
I'm pretty sure her cousin's pretty good. But that being said, do they open double Reaper? Is that what you do here? I guess they're just going.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad of an idea. Again, with Terrans in general, Reaper openings are not too bad. With double Reaper, I guess like this, it looks like double Reaper, but it looks like maybe Silly will go the double Reaper. I know he's putting a Marine out of that second barracks. But yeah, with just 2 Reapers out on the map, it gives him a lot of scouting presence. Kind of adds a little bit of an additional threat to the Zerg and the Terran player as well. And as we see, looks like both of them are deciding to go over to the Zerg base, but good zoning right there by RKB right there, making sure he's got pretty good awareness of what's going on. Now another Reaper coming on in here, and this just becomes a little bit of a micro situation. Beautiful micro right there from Kimchi right there, man. Look at that. Saving his Reaper, able to take one out, and now with the Lings are forcing the other one back, and now just putting down a command center, man. Safe.
Nice, quick reaction. But then again, you have to factor in the fact that he's obviously playing an off race. Well, one of them was probably playing an off race. So it's foreseeable. It's kind of surprising that they didn't try and wall off their natural a little bit stronger. I just would have figured maybe they were worried about a 6 pull very early on, but that's probably going to be their next idea or next strategy, given the fact that a command center is on the way. So we are going to be seeing what is more of a macro game in the 2v2 realm.
Macro? What? No way, man. But yeah, with this type of map, it actually not too bad of a macro map, especially where the bases, even though they are individually placed, they are fairly close. You're able to defend, and then as soon as you move down into the natural, you guys can just, especially as a Terran combo, you could just form one big wall. Now, for our Zerg Terran combo over here for UMCP, they are going to have to be a little bit extra cautious, again, how they work with this, because they are going to be a little bit more vulnerable to drops. The Zerg player, though, fortunately is located in the top corner, so he's not kind of in the middle of the map. And in regards to the location of where drops can exactly come from. Looking at it though, overall not too bad. Somehow this link for UMCP gets on in here in our in Alias's base, and it might even get out. Oh my god, it actually will get out. What the heck? Look at that, man. That boy's just running around scouting everything.
Well, I mean, in 2v2, I think scouting information in 2v2 must be so bizarre. Like, what does it mean? Because you can transfer minerals to another person.
Honestly, when I play 2v2, I'm just like, I'm gonna just try to play macros normal. Like even if I'm blind, I'm like I'm just gonna put like a 1-rack expand within my base just to be safe. Get my stam, get my bio units, get medevacs out, stuff like that. I'm just gonna play really safe. Like there's no reason to go like too funky when you're playing 2v2.
Kimchi getting those Reapers as well as Hellions out as well to back that up. So it looks as they're going for the Speedling Hellion combination. And that was really prevalent last season in 2v2 matchups. It was really strong, worked pretty much every single time against everything. Always.
Always. It works 60% of the time. It works all the time.
60% is all the time.
Have you seen Anchorman before?
Yes, I have.
Legend of Ron Burgundy, man. Just like Black Panther, man. 60% of the time works all the time. That should be like a 2v2 philosophy, just like our build. 60% of the time it works all the time, man. So there we go. Hellions. Oh, beautiful Widowmine placement. And the second one will take out the rest. Oh! How are those Hellions still alive? Don't line them up. What are you?
He's trying to repair them, but they can't because they're not the same thing.
Yeah, Alias is having like a panic attack. He's just like, I should probably attack them. Shit, I lined them up. There we go. Finally takes them out. But the second drop is coming on in here, and that's going to be able to do at least a little bit more additional damage right now. What the heck, man? That was so weird to watch that.
In some way, Kimchi's like baited him out to it. He's like, "Yep, I'll get them really low, and then when they're really low, he'll send his SCVs to attack." That's
just shattering the mold. He's like, "Yeah, I'll bait all of them out. Come forward and attack." I'll pretend to play stupid. I'll pretend to get those bad boys to low HP health and like leave them there, like not actually attacking. Draw everything in. All right.
Well, mind games, man.
Mind games.
What else can you say about it?
Right.
Yeah, it's got level 1 attack upgrades on the way, so it does look like he's going to be sticking with the Lings at least for a reasonable amount of time, which is somewhat surprising because he did go for a Roach Warren. I don't think he's actually built any Roaches out of it though.
Yeah, nothing really right now at the moment that I see. And plus he's going for 1 melee attack, so it doesn't look like he might be going into them. I think that maybe the Roach Warren was maybe just kind of like a precautionary structure just in case, you know, for whatever reason, mech or something very heavy comes on out. Could be. Could definitely be.
Well, at this stage, neither of them going to transition to more than 2 bases, but I guess the third base is actually out of the way from Kimchi, which is surprising it's coming through for the Terran, but I suppose when you can be funneling resources to your Zerg counterpart, having a planetary fortress is generally the safest structure. Structure.
Indeed. Structure. Do you have any words like that you have trouble pronouncing with, like, in the English language? Because I know with like Jared, I remember with Laughing Man, like he couldn't pronounce some of the schools when we recast with him. He was just
really?
He's like, I don't know how to pronounce the school, man. You're gonna have to do this intro.
No, I can. I don't. Not that I'm aware of. Like, I probably will.
Nerd, I got a hold of it, but Widowmines, they might have a hold of this drop right now. Good control right there by the Terran player, trading very efficiently right there. Doesn't lose, only loses a couple of units there, and doesn't even lose the medevac. Tries to catch them on the high ground, but actually has to be very cautious because he might lose this command center if he's not careful. At this point, he's just focusing it down, and he will get it. Oh, will he? He needs to drop a mule or get something over there to repair that bad boy as fast as he possibly can. But lifts up and drops with the 3 medevacs with the 3 Marines. Drops them down and catches that command center. So sick. That was so sick.
Kimchi's replied rush, so it looks like they're trying to initiate some form of I guess they're going to attack. But
initiate command. What's the Star Wars like? It's like initiate command 3-3 or whatever. What is it? It's like 6-6 something, right?
Oh,
help me out! That was funny. It's just like, yeah, initiate command 6-6 something. It's just like everybody goes and attacks right now. Go for carnage.
I'm really curious if you can get a Speedling in time, like run it into the Marine pack so the Widowmine does AoE. Does that work?
I guess.
Because I've been really tempted of late to like try and get Blink Stalkers and blink a Stalker into the Marine pack just so the Widowmine will go off on top of them. I don't know if that actually works though.
It's interesting. I'll try it out. Yeah.
I've been meaning to try it out. I'll give it a shot.
Alright. Well, looking outside right here, outside of the natural of Alias and Cilia, right now we have a lot of Lings, Banelings, and some bio forming. Where the heck did that bio army go? There it is. It's to the south. Might look for a drop. Drop continuing, though, right now by Alias right now. Going to focus down that Spore Caller right there and just try to trade as efficiently as you can with the rest of the units. The group for Ohio State has actually done a wonderful job throughout this game, killing bases, trading very efficiently. Their tech is really well. 2-2 is underway for our Terran player in the blue. I think it's Cilia. There we go. And Alias is our purple guy, getting his one armor finished up as well. So I would assume maybe I guess it was Alias that was the random player because he's kind of like slipping a tiny bit on the macro end of the game. Doesn't look as comfortable as his partner.
RKB's base third is getting taken out, so it has caused the swing of a massive flock of Zerg units. The question will be whether or not he then chooses to go and drop into Kimji's base or just tries to focus it down. Medevac does get taken out first though.
Yep. Another drop coming over here at the top. This is actually really good use of the medevac and really nice use of the drops right now for our Terran player. For our Terran combo right now, they're doing as much damage as they possibly can. I think this drop was spotted, so he does have some links and some main links back over here over on this side of the base. I just don't know exactly what's going to happen with the UMCP if they keep waiting longer and longer. The Terran army is just going to get bigger and bigger. I mean, look at this, man. How intimidating is that right now? Looking at that Terran mass ball right now. Those lings aren't going to stand a chance. He's got to bring all those banelings and everything that he's got back. Now, this could make a little bit of a difference. If he walks on forward and lets the Widow Mines detonate off on his units. Whoa! Oh my god! That did so much damage. If he had just one more, what the heck? And there we go, Kimji initiates the go command. it's like silly as like, what was it, the AI, man. That's what it reminds me of. It's like he's like the AI. He's just like, tells the computer, go attack. And like the computer's just like, huh? Okay. Like it runs around some weird like UI, but like runs around some weird direction. But overall,
late preventing that CC from landing.
Overall, not too bad of a job right there by Ohio State kind of breaking out. I was actually surprised that UMCP was able to do that much damage actually to the bio tank army of both the Terran players for Ohio State. Now at this point it's going to kind of become a little bit of a battle for this third base. If Cilia can actually get it down, that's going to be huge. And not only can he get it down, but if he could actually defend it. But he's actually got to get defenses over there really fast right now before all the bio focuses down this command center, and it looks like it's going to go down before there's even enough time. The blow dryer falls out of that command center, man.
I want Kimji to just like reply, "Feel my pain" or something like that. That would be so awesome.
Kimji's like, "Sick him, boy. Sick him. Get him."
Oh no, I meant in like relation to the fact that he took out these command center in a similar way, but RKV doesn't have really anything here to defend besides this handful of Bailings and Lings, as they all walk one into a massive Terran
my god,
fleet.
some of those infestors just popped out right there for our Zerg player right in front of the bio army. Yeah, this is kind of this is kind of definitely a problematic situation as we see the Let's Go coming out from Kimji once again. All the units at the bottom for Zerg are kind of out of position, but though for both our Terran players for Ohio State, they got to be really cautious because now UMCP is pushing on forward right now with a lot of Lings and a lot of bio. But here we go, going to try to intercept them as well. Tank caught on the high ground right there. He's got to be a little bit careful how he controls all of this, and he's going to go for it. He does have vision, thankfully, with the high ground. Takes that one tank that they did have, and now the rest of the bio comes in here with the tanks. Some Fungals on the backside catching them. What the heck is going on, man? There's a battle going on everywhere right now.
2v2, you know? Infestors, like the Infestors are kind of a massive thing, but he doesn't have the siege tanks to back them up, and I think that was one of the strategies that we were talking about a long time ago back last season, where siege tank and Infestor would be a really nice combination, but given the Infestors nerfs, maybe not as viable. I think Swarm Host actually might be decent in this game.
Swarm Host wouldn't be too bad because again it allows to put on consistent pressure probably, or at least I guess if you want to utilize them defensively you could utilize them that way as well. The thing I'm worried about right now for our UMCP group is they have not been able to get a third base down consistently. The first command center for Kimji got focused down. The Zerg's hatch over here at the bottom just got taken out again. They're trying to reland that third base, which almost got killed by the drop. Meanwhile, our Terran over here, our purple one, Alias, was able to get the third up for quite a while. He's going to try to resaturate it once again. And now we're just seeing a huge flock of bio forces with stim and tanks going to try to continue pursuing on forward. There are Fungals, which could change this battle drastically if he's not careful. But it looks like our Terrans are going to be able to work through, man. Tanks. Tank in,
yeah, siege tank's bigger than freaking Infestors. No comment on that.
Tanks are like reach us if you can.
Yeah, pretty much, right? This stage is still pretty. I wish I could look at the suppliers, compare them to each other, but I can't. So
Well, I
It
mean,
looks
right now, looking
fairly-
at it, Silly, he does have about 111. Looks like our Terran player has 142. Our Zerg, though, down to 75 only. Our Terran player, Kimji, down to 82 as well. So both players are sitting at under 100 supply towards the mid-100s for
Failings rolling
both the
in
players.
fun.
But the Bailings can't even connect, man. That's
Yeah, he had fungus as well, which was kind of sad. Like, he threw them down, they hit, but they just weren't enough. Yeah,
yeah,
I
at this
think
point,
this is going to be it.
yeah, I think this is probably going to be it now. They're just going to be camping. Some of the Bailings are trying to connect, do as much damage as they possibly can, but I mean, we're watching both our players just put on that conductor hat, both of them sending just units
He has
consistently
two
down.
layers.
Yeah.
Why?
You know, if you lose one layer, you got another one, man.
Yeah,
It's
but
always a good
generally
backup
speaking,
plan.
if it's right next to each other, it's not going to help.
Wait, no, he's got 3 layers.
3 layers.
He's got
why?
3 layers. Okay, never mind. Yeah, RKB, you're just a troll, man. You're just like, well, what if I lose the first one to the drop and then I lose the second one to the drop on the other side? What'd you think about that? I'm like, no, RKB, no, we didn't. And that's not going to happen. That's not realistic. You just wasted a lot of gas and minerals to get layer tech for no reason.
He's got layer tech 3 times. Yeah, like, this is a good position where I think Swarm Host would be good. Because you've got this contain, obviously, with the Terran army. Pushing out with Swarm Host gives you that consistent units coming through, but that being said, at the same time, he is mining up from the 3rd still, which is probably a nice position to be in. Well, not as terrifying, but that being said, the 2 Terran opponents do also have bases. Zerg has a north 3rd base, but has not got a saturated now a Marine pack here to clean it up.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I mean, again, we were talking about sort of earlier in the TBT where there was like options. Either you could go kill him, you can contain him, and then patiently win the game. At this point, yeah, look at that. Even Kimchi saying we got to break it right now because now you're already losing a hatch right there. There's no bases to the bottom side of the map. The only additional base that UMCP has right now is that planetary, but the problem is that just their economy is so weak, they're not trading as efficiently as they possibly could. Doing a decent job breaking through this, catching some of that bio army, knocking down almost all the tanks as well, so they're doing a wonderful job breaking out, but the problem is just the macro of Ohio State right now is being completely superior. Drop on the bottom over here by Kimchi doing a little bit of extra damage, killing all those SCVs, could actually get this orbital command, which would be pretty big, seeing as though Alias will be knocked down to 2 base as he's forming that 4th base over here by the watchtower.
I really like this Siege Tank. Like I said, I love Siege Tank Infestor. I think it's such a great combination. I really think we saw the value of it just there with the breakthrough.
Sick micro right there by Alias, making sure the Bailey's don't be off on him. At this point, Alias does have to be a little bit careful though. He is sending a lot of units just kind of freely to die to their death across the map. Got to be a little bit cautious. This game actually has potential to even out. I'm shocked I'm saying this, but if for whatever reason Alias can't get this base secured completely, and especially with a few lings blocking off this closer third, as long as, you know, the 2 Terrans don't get too big of a combination and they keep kind of trading efficiently, there's a chance maybe, but it is rough. It is rough. The hatch is getting focused down again.
Yeah, I mean, the Planetary Fortress here on the gold mineral patches is the big deal breaker, I suppose. If they need to break that base, once they've got that base, they've evened up the game. They can't allow the blue player to, you know, stack up on these minerals. Cilia. Oh, he hasn't yet gone morphed into a planetary. Maybe he's concerned that he's not going to be able to hold it. Or...
Oh, look at that. What the heck? I'm like, where'd you guys engaging against each other? Kimji only sitting at 2-2. Meanwhile, Alias already at 3-3, plus with some siege tanks and a lot more medevacs. GG coming out from Kimji. GG coming out from Cilia. And it looks like all the parties realize what's going on. And Ohio State will probably, there we go, yep, take its game as all those Bailings, yeah, and Infestors.
You know what their strategy should have been is like GG, and then get like one of them leaves, they wait for the other 2 to leave, then they leave the final person.
just do the what was it a while ago? I saw this, the image back in the day when Zelnaga was on the map pool. It was just like error 404 or something like that, and he's just like players left the game. He just kills all of his SCVs and floats the command center to the corner. Guy comes to the base, checks out. He's just like okay, and just leaves.
Yeah, I've seen those once. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
Well, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that 2v2 right there. That was actually a pretty action-packed 2v2. We don't typically see those too often. We're going to be going to our game number 4, guys, here in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. Again, a reminder, we are sponsored by Ro8. You guys can find us in group channel ID 111, as well as chill with us in the lounge. We're going to have a Q&A after the series off stream, so very important. Be sure to download RaidCall at raidcall.com, our other sponsors for the season, NCIX and MSI. NCIX, your electronics store department for all your needs, kind of like a Newegg, but even pretty damn baller as well. NCIX doing, I think, a $100 gift card giveaway in April. I'm not sure if we did that yesterday or if that's going to be something we're going to do specific next week. MSI is giving away a laptop as well as a monitor. So far, a laptop has been the main giveaway. Make a 30 to 60 second video. Put it on Facebook, on our facebook.com/Collegiate Star League of the most failed laptop moment that you got, and you guys have an opportunity to win an MSI laptop, so be sure to do that. Free stuff, hooking you guys up with some Collegiate swag. Other than that, Game 4 going to be coming up here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.